Sounds like you got your wish.
Band Studio has a lot to live up to, especially when one considers the caliber of exclusives that have come to call the PlayStation 4 home. Thankfully, the developers have managed to create a living, breathing world full of memorable moments, characters to love and hate, and creatures to fear. Despite having it all wrapped around a somewhat predictable story that still manages to hook you in for a long ride. Exploring the Pacific Northwest as one Deacon St. John, this post-pandemic world in this action-adventure is nothing short of breathtaking. From the forest to snow-capped peaks, marshy swamplands to dilapidated infrastructure, it all invokes a feeling of time having passed civilization by, followed by an all-encompassing dread that drums up the more you stay in this world. Hope, the tenacity of the human spirit, and the value of relationships are reflected clearly in the game's DNA. A tale starting out as just surviving gives way to so much more as you progress. It becomes a commentary on the human condition, and the horrors and struggles that follow. Sam Witwer, who plays Deacon St. John, adds nuance and depth to a character that grows on you over time, and a stellar supporting cast only makes everything better.
Can't be far. Wait, hold on, cut your engine.
Of course, if there is a star in Days Gone that shines the brightest, it is the Freakers, infected humans who are now monsters of their own right. The Swarmers, Newts, Bleachers, Screamers, Breakers, Reachers, and their animal counterparts are the biggest threat in Days Gone. They roam the world in packs, be it day and night, often in between you and your goal. The zenith of fear is the Hordes, masses of freakers that number from the dozens to the hundreds, hungry for your flesh. While the story introduces them pretty late into the game, you can stumble upon them by chance as they sleep, feed, and drink near their nest. Taking on a horde is always a calculated risk. Going in without a plan is a quick death. These creatures are brilliant, smart enough to cut you off even as you weave through obstacles rather than follow in a straight line. They can scale any heights, break through any gaps, and their sole purpose is to rip you to shreds. Suffice to say, every large horde encounter is simply the highlight of Days Gone. Humans like the freaker worshipping Rippers and Marauders are also ever-present dangers, setting up ambushes not just for you, but for the survivors of this harsh world. The living ecosystem, much touted by Band Studio, comes to fruition as well, with men, animals, and freakers all playing their part. You can lead a pack of freakers through an enemy encampment and watch chaos ensue, or take down the monsters as they pick through the remains of their fallen kin or while hunting deer. The addition of Deacon's bike was always going to raise some eyebrows, but riding your hog on broken roads, mountain paths, and across the world of Days Gone feels tight and responsive, and the experience gets better with upgrades. With plenty of scrap and fuel cans or gas stations littered around the world, maintenance is easy. Fuel allows for fast travel, but given the chance, riding is always much preferred. The progression of gear and upgrades require you to put in the hard work, but the carrots of rewards and the opportunity to apply Days Gone's many lessons will tide you over easily. Deacon St. John is an accomplished craftsman, able to craft many a useful tool with the right recipe and ingredients. Melee weapons, molotovs, pipe bombs, bandages, and more are an imperative to surviving in Days Gone. Utilizing your skills will give you an advantage. Focus mode gives you enhanced aiming while slowing down time, while other upgrades help improve your melee capabilities and overall survivability. And a fully decked out Deacon is a hardened survivor. Health, stamina, and focus can be further increased by finding Nero injectors. These precious resources are only found at Nero checkpoints and sites. often the hangout spot of some dangerous freakers, and require some light puzzle solving to gain access to. However, Days Gone is not without some issues. Pathfinding could do with some tweaking, while the enemy AI can go missing sometimes. Stuttering and frame rate drops happen occasionally, and textures can take some time to load in or not load at all. The pacing of the story also fails to keep up with player agency. It is weird to learn about the hordes in terms of story when you have already encountered them outside in the world. Side missions are repetitive, but at least the main story missions are some of the best fun you can have in an action adventure. There are also plenty of loading screens, sometimes even between cutscenes, so prepare yourself. Band Studios' Days Gone has put together a world that stands on its own, held up by amazingly realized characters, fearsome adversaries, and an engaging gameplay loop that will keep you on your toes and constantly ticking. Get in on well-acted character drama, and stay for the freakishly good gameplay. While the worry has been that PlayStation exclusives will eventually run out of steam, Days Gone carries on the seemingly unstoppable trend of awesome games only playable on Sony's consoles.